Hey, this is Jeff of TAOFLEDERMAUS. We've got another episode of You Make It, We Mock It. This is where we test viewer-created projectiles, and those folks become the star of the show. Today we have a slug called the Red Dragon. This is a beautifully made slug, perhaps a little bit over-engineered, perhaps a little bit complicated, but I still love it. Yes, I'm a little jealous of his fabricating skills. The Red Dragon is mostly made out of yellow brass, but it has a red nylon intermediate core and a tungsten carbide center core. This is going to be good, folks. As you can see, we have 4 pedals, a relief cut in the middle, and a boat tail on the base there. And then, of course, we've got that tungsten carbide core. Tungsten carbide's very difficult to work with, very difficult to cut, and he probably wore out a lot of diamond tooling just to create these slugs for us today. The weight of the projectile is just moderately heavy at 33.6 grams, 1.19 ounce, or 520 grains. A little bit heavier than a normal lead Foster slug. For this recipe, I'll be using an X12X gas seal from Ballistic Products, a cork wad, a thin fiber wad, and then our slug sits on top of that. And around that, we have our 30,000ths of an inch thick discarding sabot, and the second cut will be made right before I put it in the shell. For today's test, we'll be burning 29 grains of long shot powder. We're backing it off just a little bit, but it still should give us about 1,400 feet per second or 426 meters a second. Now, for legal reasons, I cannot say who created these, when they were created, or what country they were created in. But enough of me talking, let's get out and do some mocking. Okay, before we shoot these things, last week we were shooting those really lightweight slugs made out of sockets and resin, and they were shooting really high. And I was in the back of my mind, it's like maybe the red dot has been knocked out of zero a little bit, and it's probably time to calibrate the shotgun, confirm that it's still zeroed. So what do you got there?
Well, I just got a box of hunting Herters. These are 12 gauge, 2 3/4 regular 1 ounce. Let me pull one out for you.
It is Foster slugs, right?
Yeah, just a basic Foster slug. Just going to see if the red dot is dialed in. A 1 ounce Foster slug. Can you see anything here in the shade, or you want me to step out?
Oh, it's good enough.
All right.
It's good enough.
I'm going to aim for that little orange dot on the metal plate down below.
Yeah, to the right of the dummy there.
I'll put the red dot on it and we'll see what it does.
Okay, let's see.
When you are ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go.
Okay, so that's like 20 yards away. We're just verifying that the red dot, that Goatar Chinese red dot.
Yeah, thing's been holding up. I have a lot of people ask me how those last, and it's been plugging away here on Danny's.
Yeah, they didn't give it to me. Gregg gave it to me, so I have no...
Well, they gave me a couple of them, and the one I'm using is still plugging away.
Yeah, I like it. But one of the things I like most is because it automatically shuts itself off.
So do we. Hey, so 20 yards away, though, it split the tape. I mean, couldn't have been more point of aim, point of impact. So we know that 1 ounce slugs, at least, are dialed in with this red dot. It is accurate and good to go. That gives us a good control for when we try these test slugs that are sent in from all over the world. And we can see if the slug shoots high or low. We know it's the slug and not the optic. Welcome back, TAOFLEDER folks. Jeff behind the camera. OG down from beautiful Idaho, where it happens to be, Jeff, like 75 all this week.
Well, it's cooled down to like the 90s.
Down here is about 127 all week, but you know, what are you going to do? California is Haiti of the United States. It is a desirable place to be. Look at our freeway here. This is our biggest freeway in the state of California. They just
people will comment like, oh, I like how you shoot down a road. Well, thank you.
This is a safety road, and we control all ingress and egress to it. So
this is private property. If your roads in your third world country look like that, look like a scraper, flatten some dirt for you, I feel bad for you.
Yeah, how are you getting the internet right now? Is it a series of
right
series of tubes and wires? Yeah. Anyway, we are on a safety road. We are shooting in a safe direction. There's nobody downrange. Never is, never was. You guys can unwad your panties. Hey, today we have a submission that comes to us from an anonymous donor in an anonymous country somewhere overseas. We don't want to get him in trouble. He sent these to us for some time ago. He sent some other stuff to us in the past. This is called the Red Dragon, though, and it's not from China. It's about the only thing these days in the United States that's not from China. We're going to be firing it through an all rifled barrel, rifled from all the way back at the chamber, clear out to the front, just to get stability.
Just past the chamber, actually.
Well, I mean, okay, there's no rifling in the chamber.
Okay.
That would be.
You're going to get 1,000 comments telling you how you're wrong from people who would never comment normally.
It is the front of the chamber. That's where the rifling starts.
Yeah.
But we are shooting it with a little Go-Retar red dot. We just sighted it in out here. It is accurate with 1 ounce slugs. That way we know that whatever goes on with these slugs, it's the slug and not the.
Well, they can still blame you, right?
Well, they will, but we know that it's not the red dot at least.
Yeah.
It's okay to blame me.
It's good. We have to calibrate it every once in a while just to make sure that it's still holding zero and it's doing doing a good job.
Don't blame the $7 Chinese red dot. That's actually held up really well, surprisingly well on this shotgun. So
it's not bad looking either.
Yeah, we're gonna try it at some various targets out here before we melt.
You look like you're in the witness protection program. I see your silhouette. Okay. Okay.
I'll have to modulate my voice. Won't talk like this. Looked like it hit low and right.
I see all kinds of dust kicking up out there. You were saying it was like low and to the right or something like that?
I was looking at this hole as the thing was flipping through the air.
Okay, with your bionic...
One little break there.
Bionic vision.
However, when I got downrange, this is what we saw. Nice clean hole. That indicates the slug was flying straight. It hit just slightly right, but as you can tell, elevation is good to go.
Yeah, perfect elevation.
It punched right through, however. This is the exit hole right there. And left some Kevlar strands stuck in Brandon's rock hard abs down here.
Oh, there's some more. Yeah, there you go.
That's his exit hole, and then it struck our safety road downrange. Probably hit a car or two.
Orphanage. Kitten farm.
Yeah, we did have a lame kitten farm, which is weird to be growing lame kittens.
In test number 1, things look pretty good. Good stability, accuracy's pretty decent for a first shot. That's not bad. And the Red Dragon just plowed right through the Kevlar vest. It even clipped off one of the hooks on the bungee cord. Now, we were shooting at an area of the vest that hasn't been hit before. Many people will argue that since it's been hit at least once, it's compromised. But what we have found is that these vests will still stop what it's rated to stop every single time, even though it's been shot multiple times. Next, we're going to go straight to the ballistic gel block test. I normally show that last, and then I realized that if we show it early on, it'll give us a better understanding of what these slugs will do on other targets. Let's see if that works.
Okay.
You got a good pattern inside.
Absolutely impressive results on our clear ballistics gel. We can see that the 4 petals violently broke off and created their own wound channels, while the main body of the slug continued on the entire length of the gel block, which is 16 inches. And we also had pretty good energy transfer. The entire 17-pound block was thrown close to 18 inches.
Show us what happened there.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4 perfect petal break-offs. Petals break off early and exit the gel clear out here, so we don't collect them in the Kevlar vest. You also might be able to see in there all of the little Red Dragon material that breaks off too early on, the first 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and kind of make their own little wound cavity.
Yeah, yeah.
Then this big old brass core, which loses its petals early on, obviously, plows all the way through. Nice straight line. I mean, one of the straightest lines you've ever seen. And
not from this angle, but
well,
it kind of goes down a little bit.
All right.
But
from back where I am,
it worked.
Exited back here, caught in the vest, and yeah, we have it right there with some Red Dragon still stuck in it.
And then we have
you can see the
cork and the gas seal.
Yeah, you can see
almost
cork and gas seal right down.
Yeah, when it'll follow in the wake. You know, when that thing hits the gel, it makes a huge entry wound. And then those cork wad and everything just come right through there.
Yeah. Impressive damage, though.
Yeah, not bad. Okay, maybe rotate it towards the camera with the black background.
Okay.
Look at that exit wound.
Don't touch the gel.
Oh, I touched the gel. See what I did?
You always yell at me about touching
I
the
know.
gel.
Touching the gel for some reason is the worst thing you can do.
At least ask for consent first.
Yeah.
That's a good shot, and then what I'm looking at up here is a good shot too. So
Yeah.
when you're ready, check this out.
It looks good. And
That's closest to the edge.
that's impressive for something that has never been tested. And how could we forget the world famous lead plate?
Maybe. Oh.
That's a lot of power to knock all that over.
Maybe. Stuff. And we actually hit a little bit to the right still, so not quite enough of a holdover.
Which is interesting. You know, people think that if you just use the same point of aim, the point of impact's going to be the same on every round, and it's obviously not.
No, not even with factory rounds, but well,
Right.
made things. There is little pieces of the brass, whatever you call that, brass plug down here, and then I found this one out behind the target. Jeff saw something exiting out the back and drifting down range we couldn't find, but look at all these gruesome marks out here.
Yeah, that thing came apart.
One of the petals splattered out here. There's part of the red dragon inside, wedged firmly. And then here's the cool part. Watch this.
Okay, that's what I'm waiting for.
When you tip it over at an angle, that is that tungsten core exiting right there. It shot out, which would have been high and right. And
yeah, we had that thing on a pretty good angle too, and it made it through a lot of lead.
Yeah, so it did penetrate, made it all the way up there.
Another good shot. This one landed just slightly to the right. These, for some reason, had a tendency to go right. Now we can see the core coming out of the back, and we see a piece of the slug, the base, kind of tumbling down in front of the target there. And that's what the base looks like. We can see that the fiber wad has been embossed with an X and also compressed and die cut to the same diameter as the base of the slug.
So we put the giant clear ballistics gel gummy bear. Thank you to Clear Ballistics for sending that out. That bear has, Jeff put a little mole over here, a little Cindy Crawford mole, because we've been hitting consistently about 1.5 inches right. So we shifted the point of aim a little bit left, and we're hoping to hit him right in the dead of the center of the snout. And then we have the little hobbit door behind him to see if those little petals fragment, and hopefully we can catch those. Oh,
Whoa!
there's definitely some wood fiber blown up there.
Another good flight, and look at how much energy transfer there is on the head of this big old bear. Now, since these are one-off slugs, there's really no recipe for these things out there, so I have to kind of guesstimate the recipe, and sometimes I get it right, and sometimes I just get it kind of close, but it's rarely ideal.
Point of impact, still a little bit right, a little bit closer this time, and a little bit high. However, here's the thing you actually want to look at. Look at that wound track. There are 4, count them 4.
And the fifth is the main body of it.
The core is the main body, and we did find that. I'll show you in just a second. But all 4 of those little petals broke off within, I don't know, within 1.5 inches, 2
Man,
inches.
if you shot a boar or something, you know, with this thing,
Gruesome.
it would hit every vital in the dang thing, I think.
This is about as close to a one-shot stop as you could ask for. The hobbit door has one big giant hole in it. It does not have 4 little impacts.
There might be little dents in it. There's a little dent.
There's a little round dent there. Wouldn't that probably the wad?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to say.
We have a little brass core. The tungsten carbide little penetrator tip went flying right on through and downrange somewhere on our safety road. And then you can see here where the 4 little petals were mounted, and then they peeled right off.
That's fantastic.
As designed. Left a
Never tested before, and he nailed it, man.
Yeah, this is a really good design.
AR-500 steel plate, body armor by RTS Tactical. We've had a few things penetrate this thing.
And then behind it, you've got a, what is that, a hobbit door or something?
It's a big cutting board. We'll see if it does penetrate it, if it'll also penetrate that.
Well, we got contact at least.
Well, we had good stability, good enough accuracy, but we just didn't have, in my opinion, the velocity to drive that tungsten core through that AR500 plate. Now, if I had tried to drive these a lot faster, I probably would have screwed things up and completely ruined every test.
It hit right again, this time a little bit high, but that could have been shooter error. A little bit right. You can see the impact was more or less straight on though, nose on.
Yeah.
And then splattered off to the right because this is curved a little.
Yeah, and we didn't put it perpendicular to the shot. We always angle it for
and
safety.
If you zoom in there too, you can see where that little core tried to dig in there pretty deep. Get in there real deep, boy.
Yeah, it's a 1/4 inch thick stainless. It's difficult for a slug to punch through that. We'll see if the penetrator core will do it.
You get it.
That's all I asked for.
Now in this shot, the slug had no stability at all, but by just sheer dumb luck, it hit nose first still. Now all the slugs were loaded exactly the same, and it gives you an idea of how close I was from pushing them too hard, as I discussed earlier.
It was tumbling all funky, like it didn't get enough spin.
It hit high and left.
I'm surprised he hit it at all, for one thing, because the way it was flying.
Yeah, me too. Tungsten core shot right through it though. Look at that. You can see the brass colored smear here where the rest of it blew off.
Yeah.
But that tungsten core punched right through.
Yeah, when you see the footage, you're gonna be like, I can't believe it rotated and actually hit nose first. Yeah, because it was all over the place. It could have hit backwards.
Not sure I trust the footage, Jeff, with the AI these days.
It's definitely watermelon season. Oh, okay, that looked pretty dead center.
Now fortunately, the rest of the tests that day went well. Now if we look close, we can see the base flying off to the right, and near the center of the screen, flickering in the sun, is at least one of the petals. I think the flies are going to really enjoy that watermelon.
I just saw this girl actually down by the tracks right on the way here. Same hair, same face, makeup, everything.
Wow.
Turning tricks. Amazing, amazing what $3 will get you these days, Jeff. I could have got a burger, but no. Anyway, we've got a jug of soapy water here because we need to wash off all the watermelon. I'm going to aim for the little spider, which means I'm going to hold over here. See if we can't hit it dead center. That's going to send this geyser of water up and basically give Train Tracks Barbie a little bidet.
Okay.
Or a big bidet.
That's the plan. Okay.
Yeah, wash her out from
pretty
underneath.
scientific plan there.
Oh, yeah. Well, that rained for a while. Oh, yeah.
Now we see a tremendous amount of energy transfer to the water, and the doll went flying. And the amazing thing here is how long we've been using that stupid Barbie doll in videos and haven't broken it yet. And we can also see how easily Gregg is amused. Look at all the holes in that thing from all the fragments.
Ballistic gel with
okay.
the can of cream corn in it, of course.
I said it would be a badass band name, though.
Yeah, yeah.
If you were Norwegian thrash metal.
Okay, you got to hit the can.
When you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. Holy.
Oh, we hit can, because look, the inside of that head is all yellow.
Yeah. Holy.
Oh, we hit can.
And last but not least, the TAOFLEDER head. I don't think we've hit it with such a powerful slug yet, and there was definitely no disappointment here. What's unique about this target is we can actually cut the head open, wash it out, and put another can in there and use it again a few times. I was motivated to just make my own heads after we used one of those $200 zombie heads, which are good for one shot and have a very short shelf life.
We determined we hit him in the forehead. I was holding over here on his eye. Hit him in the forehead. It tore the top of the can up. It buckled the top of the can. Blew creamed corn all around inside of his little cavity. And then, I don't know if you can see it out here in the sun, exited right there. Made a little cream corn exit hole.
Wow.
Which is kind of where cream
There's
corn
probably
goes.
more. There's probably several extra holes. I think it fragmented.
Most of us have several extra holes for our creamed corn, Jeff.
People don't realize how much damage the can takes inside there.
Woo, look at that. So, look at the back here. At least a shard went out the back of the can.
Yeah, there's holes all over that
Or
thing.
a pedal there, a pedal there.
Here a pedal, there a
I
pedal.
think the main slug passed right through the top underneath the lid of the can. And inside, green corn for brains.
Oh, nope. Get it all over the table.
No, I'm pouring this
You're
in.
going to get all over your clothes.
I'm pouring this in the seat of your truck, Jeff. It should do well in our 112 degree heat right now.
Yeah.
Boop. Oh, look at that. Listen.
He's ready. Now I'll just wash them out, stick a new can in there, and heat seal it back up.
Oh, yeah. It's like a bionic man.
You're having too much fun with that.
I'm gonna play this in a hillbilly band. Boop. What are you playing there, Greg? Oh, the Rubberhead. So anyway, it was fun to shoot. We really had a good time shooting these. I'll leave the name of the shooter or of the inventor out here because where he is, you don't want to be outed. And but they were impressive rounds, sir. And
I don't even have his name, or they just showed up in a PO box anonymously. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
That's extra secret.
So if the KGB or wherever country he lives, you know,
true.
the secret police.
The Indonesian secret Chinese police.
Yeah.
From Kuala Lumpur, Ecuador.
Hey, I don't have any information to give them,
No.
unfortunately. You know, it's
Yep.
just completely.
You don't have to comply with them anyway. They're not your.
Yeah, I don't have to answer those fools.
That's right. Will not comply. Well, we thank you guys for stopping by, though. It's been fun to shoot these, fun to destroy more stuff. We got to get ourselves out of this heat. A lot of people have been asking on this channel, on my channel, where I've been for the past about 5 weeks. I've been moving a bunch of stuff. Mrs. OG and I are cleaning out our house. We look like a couple of squatters in there right now, just sitting in an empty house. And we started pooping in one of the empty rooms and throwing our trash in the other room, and then we remembered we still own the house. So we had to go clean that up. But we are moving all of our stuff up to Idaho, so we will be permanently relocated up there by the time
So this is like the last time you'll see Gregg on this channel.
This is the last time I am, well, I'm not even really a California resident now, but
Yeah.
this is the last time I'm feet dry in California. I will be a visitor to your lovely hot state. Woo! We got nice cool weather up there, beautiful pine trees, a gorgeous lake, beautiful happy people. But at least you guys have high taxes and hobos and
Well,
poop on the street.
the last thing we have are be able to grow orange trees in our backyard.
Well,
that's all we got left.
This is true. I get to grow snow in my backyard.
Yeah.
And there's bear and deer that walk right through my yard, so that doesn't suck. But anyway, appreciate you guys having us out, and I will be back though as visiting shooter from time to time.
I hope so. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
You
Coming
know,
back after 4th of July.
Because people are like, "Oh, geez, not in. I'm not going to watch." Well, it's like, okay, I'll just shut the channel down.
No,
you know,
you got-
OG's gone,
You
and
got much better shooters out there, so because they're new guys, they're nervous on camera too.
everybody's nervous at first, or
yeah.
it's not. It's unnatural to be on camera.
I'm still nervous.
Yeah.
Every time I turn a camera on myself on my own show, man, there are more bloopers than there is good quality footage. People have been unsubscribed to this and other channels, so
Yeah.
reach down right now and double check that you've got that little notification bell checked, and right there, the little
Yeah.
thumbs up button.
And
So,
then
more importantly, hit that little zoomy arrow and share this with a buddy of yours. If 10,000 of you share it with 10,000 of your buddies, that's like 100,000 extra views. So
oh,
that'd be awesome.
I never even thought about it. I hate
I know. It's like
asking
math.
people to do stuff because
like
then
algebra.
they're going to do the exact opposite.
But
you know?
Jeff, you're not asking them to do much. While they're holding their phone in their hand or their little clicker on their desktop computer, they can just do that one little favor for you.
Yeah, it's
Doesn't cost
appreciated.
much. Yeah, but we're not asking you to mail $1 to us or something.
Right.
That would be goofy. Or buy a mug or something. That'd be extra
I
goofy.
see. Okay, this
All right.
is getting too long.
It's getting too long. We'll see you guys on the next video. Stay safe out there.